Welcome to International Nature Journaling Week 2023. Up until now, we've talked about the 5 senses that are well known and often talked about. But there are more than 5 senses. One that isn't often talked about is proprioception, which is our awareness of the position of the body in space and how it moves through this space. And another is called the vestibular sense, which is all about movement, gravity, and balance. And this helps us to move smoothly through the world. For International Nature Journaling Week, we grouped these senses into the theme of movement. In nature, we can notice movement everywhere we look. Animals move through ecosystems and interact with one another, and also there's our own sense of being in a particular place, our sense of our bodies in relation to the other elements around us. And there's movement of other non-living elements that cycle through ecosystems, like the movement of water as it gets evaporated into the air and forms into clouds and comes down again as rain to fill up the rivers. And the movement of nutrients through ecosystems being taken up into the bodies of plants and animals, including ourselves, and then decomposing back into the soil to start the cycle again. There's lots of ways we can experience movement in nature, and we're going to talk about some of those ways today.
Hello everyone, greetings from Malaysia. My name is Jamie and I am a nature journaler here. Our word for today is movement. As you can see, the flowers and the leaves behind me are moving because the wind is blowing. But before I share my thoughts with you on this word, let me introduce my beautiful country to you. Here are some photos of my favorite places in Malaysia. It's very hot in Malaysia, or it can be very wet. This is my favorite place. This is our neighborhood playground where we as a family go to almost every Sunday to spend some good family time together. Sometimes I nature journal indoors, sometimes outdoors, sometimes under the sun, and sometimes up in the hills. We can observe movement in nature, be it a moving body of water, a waterfall, mist, clouds in the sky, a butterfly, or a bird. I've tried to capture some of them in the pages of my nature journal. I also like to pair nature journaling with an outdoor activity. As a family, we often go on hikes and on cycling trips. This is another way I think of movement when I am on the move. This is a journal page I did after a hike with my kids. And this another one. This is an accordion style nature journal page that I did after our recent cycling trip. This video was taken from a moving boathouse. As a family, we lived on this boathouse for 3 days and 3 nights last year. When the boat was moving, I filled out my journal pages. Maybe you're wondering, what do I draw today? I think I'll go out and catch some moving shadows today. What about you? How are you going to capture movement today?
Hi, I'm Sandy McDermott. I'm a nature artist, instructor, and writer. I'm from New Hampshire. I've been living the last couple of years in Alaska, and right now I'm in the Centennial Valley in the state of Montana, where I am immersed in an art residency program with the Taft-Nicholson Environmental Humanities Center. And also in this valley is the Red Rocks Lake National Wildlife Refuge. Take a look. spectacular. While I'm here, my focus is on birds and bird migration. So talk about movement. My sketchbook is filled with quick sketches of birds on the move. These are done with gesture sketching. So here, have a look. What I want you to notice on the page is all these different shapes. And in some cases, here, just a couple, there's only a head or a couple of lines trying to represent a part of the body, not the whole body. And then I have other sketches here that do have a good deal of the body, but not in great detail. And really what I'm focused on here is the question of how does the body shape change with movement? That's really what I'm after, is understanding the shape, how it changes with movement. Now this needs to be done in a very quick way. Birds do not sit still for us. Most animals are not going to sit still and pose for us. And when we're trying to capture movement, we don't want them sitting still. So how I do this is with intentional focus and understanding that what happens on the page is less important than the process. It does require intentional focus. It does require practice. But with time, there's progress, just like anything that you want to be good at. Grab your pencil, grab a pen, paintbrush. Any of these tools can work for capturing gesture sketching. Sometimes I'll combine gesture sketching with blind contour, which ultimately is, I don't want to look at the page because something is moving so fast in front of me. I don't want to spend time not looking at it. I want to look at it. So while this is happening, I'm working on paper. I'm just not looking at it. And I'm working very quickly, which is a requirement of gesture sketching. Sometimes I'll combine it with memory sketching because that rabbit ran in front of me so fast, I didn't even have time to grab my pencil. After the moment is gone, I'll go to my paper with the pencil or whatever tool I'm using, and I will try to do a gesture sketch or a few of them from memory. So challenging, yes, but guys, it's so much fun. It really is. At first, it might feel daunting. You might feel self-conscious about what's happening on the paper. It's less about that than it is about the process and the moment shared with that special animal. Or I actually approach this with some of the plants out here or anywhere that are moving with the wind. I'll use the same gestural kind of approach to it. But really, animals are my thing. I really love them. I really love to see them, observe them, and capture them on paper in my nature journal. And I bet you can too. So go ahead, give it a shot. Remember, it's about the process. Capture that movement.
Hi, my name is Jo Dowling, and I live in the upper Midwest region of the United States. Today, I brought you to my wander spot, and I just wanted to take you for a short walk. It's about 6 o'clock in the evening in late May. It's probably 72 degrees with a light breeze. I think movement is the sense that curates all of my other senses. It's my body as a vehicle, as a vessel of collection. Feeling the touch of the breeze. Feeling that change as I move in temperature, in tenderness, sound of traffic in the distance, other vessels vehicles of human movement that remind me that I am not alone here. The call of birds, the song, all around me. It reminds me that I am not alone here. The sound and the feeling of my own footsteps on the ground. My foundation meeting the foundation of the earth. I think wonder might be the consciousness of all of this. I am a mover, a wanderer. And that's how I learn about the landscape.
Hi, I'm Brooke Morales, and one of the ways I like to capture movement in my nature journal is to do a daily windowscape. So each morning at 7:30 a.m., I sit down and I write down the weather data and I log what I'm seeing in the sky. You'd think that something like this maybe doesn't feel like it captures movement very much. But in all actuality, as you watch the sky change from morning to morning as the seasons change, it makes you really aware of just how much the subtleties impact us in life, because everything is always moving, even if it's just gradually. I love windowscapes because you can be at home, the weather could be inclement, you could be traveling, and you can always find a slice of time just to sit and look out a window for a few minutes and record the sky. So this has been very helpful for me. But it's also made me more attuned to feeling the passage of time a different way, making me realize just how quickly time moves, just how few days we might have in the grand scheme of things. That sounds maybe really depressing in a way, but it actually makes each day feel more precious to me. So what I would like to impart upon you is find a way to capture movement, be it a bird, be it the passing of a moon, be it clouds in the sky. It could even be how the winds are shifting over time. But with that, remember what your part is in it too. So happy journaling and take care.
We invite you to think about the ways that movement is part of your nearby nature. Notice how you feel moving through a natural space, or just being still in a place. How does your body feel in relationship with the other things around you? And can you notice a nature journal about the movement of living and non-living elements in nature near you?